Hi, I'm David. Welcome to another episode of Changing Times. Today's guest is Ronnie Orr. He's a business owner, event organiser, and event host. Please enjoy and stay safe. Hi, Ronnie. How's everything going?
Yeah, very well. Pretty easy, straightforward Saturday morning. So, yeah, casual and relaxing at home, mate. Great. How about you?
We're doing well. We're doing well. We're keeping busy and keep thinking of things to do. So everything's going okay.
Join the club, yeah.
So first of all, tell us what you do, what profession you do, what in events, business. Tell us
Yeah.
what you do.
Well, as you can see from our banner here, we were one of the companies I run is Window World. We have a branch in Liverpool, which we've had for 20 years now, and then we have a branch in Chorley, which is coming up just to 5 years. Pretty much family run. Myself, Susie, my wife, Charlotte, my stepdaughter, works in the business. My kids have worked in the business. And, from our point of view, we just do windows, doors, porches, conservatories, garage conversions, that sort of stuff. And we've done that very successfully for 20 years. So we're really pleased in sort of, A, longevity, and B, never going bust, because double glazing companies are synonymous for being here today and gone tomorrow. So we're pleased with that.
So how has the lockdown and pandemic affected Window World then? Has it affected
Uh, yes, it has, because David, our job is basically going into people's homes. So as you can imagine, nobody wants anybody in the home while we've got COVID-19 on. So it's kind of curtailed our business 100%. We're not being able to do any on-site surveys, quotations. We've not been able to do any of that. So for just over 6 weeks now, we've basically been twiddling our thumbs. So it's not only when we go into the house to do a quote, we've then got to send a second person in, which is our surveyor, who
Yeah.
does a proper full survey, and then we have to send the fitting team in. So we've got three times where we've got to be in people's homes, and obviously social distancing and what have you, being 2 meters. I think people are pretty reluctant to have us around. So we're kind of waiting on bated breath for what the government are telling us that we can and can't do. We're affiliated to a company called Certas, which basically verifies our work, and they're guiding us to say that we can't go into people's homes as of yet. So we're being guided by that. But as every week goes by, it puts more and more pressure on A, us, and B, the industry.
So as far as the future goes then, are you concerned about the business, about picking up where it was and going
Well,
forward?
yeah, it's a good question. We tried to think outside the box as far as the sort of how do we get in people's homes. And what we've done for the past 3 to 4 weeks is done a virtual appointment, which we kind of put together with the understanding of doing a Zoom call like this, or a Skype call, or a FaceTime, where the customer would go around and measure the windows, but we could see what they were doing,
Yeah.
and we could talk them through it. So we decided to do that, and that's been okay. It hasn't been great. We've done some business from it, but it just keeps us out there. As far as the business itself is concerned going forward, I'm concerned, not worried. I'm concerned that people who have been furloughed have got the money that they said they're going to get, and hopefully they've got a top up. But I'm concerned about people who have lost the job, and their disposable income. Now, you can look at a number of ways. We're not going out as much. We're not spending as much. The petrol's not there. The meals that we have out there, the cinema, etc., and all the other disposable income streams that people normally spend have not been spent. So you could say, well, they've saved that. But then you add into, well, they're eating more at home and maybe drinking more at home. I don't know. But For us, it's a suck it and see situation. I think there's going to be casualties. Please God that there's not too many, and we can get back to what everybody is saying is they're going to be the new normal, you know?
Yeah. So do you feel, obviously with the virtual stuff now, would you continue doing that when lockdown has finished, or are you basically waiting for normality or the new normal to come back and resume
Yeah.
business?
Well, the difficulty that we have is we still have to get into people's homes.
Yeah,
Even if I do a virtual appointment and we say, yes, we're going to have it, I've still got to get somebody into the house to do a physical measure, because it's okay seeing it on a screen, but there's other situations that you would need to establish. So it's not something that we plan on doing after the sort of lockdown is finished. It's only a sort of a hybrid between where we were and where we are. So for us, we need to really get back into normal sort of site visits, seeing people face to face. And I mean, even the deals that we've done, we've still had to keep the 2-meter distance. We've been there, we've looked at it, we've signed it up, and we've managed to do it. But it's the bigger picture. The more and more people, once the lockdown is finished, I think it's going to take a bit of time for people to get back to feeling comfortable about the touching and in the same environment. So fingers crossed we can manage that. And I mean, on a fitting job and a survey, we can actually stay well away from people. So it's not really that directly an issue for us, but it's the psychological thing where people say, well, you're still in my home. So
that peace of mind, isn't it?
yeah.
So as well as obviously Window World, you have another world that you live in, and that's in the bodybuilding side.
Yeah.
How has everything affected that with the events and bodybuilding competitions you've got?
Well, it's kind of been the same for that, David. We run a bodybuilding show called the Mr. and Miss Bolton, and it's being run for 10 years, and we have probably just on 100 competitors on stage and between 500 and 600 people in the audience. And as you can imagine, all the congregation together and everything, all that's stopped, so there's no cinemas, there's no theatre, and we come under that bracket. So we were due to have our 10th anniversary show on the 25th of April in Bolton. And obviously we had to suspend that, cancel it until, and we've put another date in for October the 10th. Now, having said that, the proviso for that is the gyms are still closed, and competitors need to be able to train regularly, but at home they're not being able to do that. Some have got some equipment, some haven't, some are making do, and they're hybrid in their training. So my concern for that particular part of our business is people are not going to be ready to do it as far as stage ready is concerned, point one. Point two, they're not going to be they're not being able to train on a regular basis, so they won't be show ready. And the third point is obviously their finances would have been hit, because they have to eat quite healthily, which involves an awful lot of protein, carbs, and fats. And if their income is not there, then they have to probably eat between 5 to 7 meals a day. So it's kind of taken them off. And the other thing is, psychologically, people like to train to get themselves in the right frame of mind. So if I put all that into the mix, I'm a little bit concerned that we probably won't be able to do the show this year, and it might be that we have to postpone it till 2021.
Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen, because it's a big deal to people, isn't it, to get involved and get that recognition of the hard work that they've done.
Well, we have a lot of sponsors in the show as well. I mean, we actually give over £2,000 away in prize money to the contestants. And on top of that, David, for the past 3 years, we've given probably just on £6,000 away to local charities, which myself and Susie get involved with. So, it's a very good vehicle for not only the competitors, but the businesses in Bolton and the surrounding areas get involved, and the charities get a very good kickback from it, which what we like to do. So, so they're going to miss out on some money as well. So, but we just have to wait and see. The longer it goes on, if it's the gyms aren't open by the middle to the end of May, we're not going to be able to do it, because people need 13 to 18 weeks of proper training and diet. They're training all year round, don't get me wrong, but they need that focused 13 to 18 weeks to get in what we call show condition.
Yeah. So how's all like the hosting side? Because obviously, as I know, you're the host with the most, and you run the show. So obviously, have you been postponed for different events, and how's that affected?
David, as you know, I host and compare lots and lots of different things. It's not only, there's gala dinners, there's fashion shows, there's bodybuilding shows, there's entertainment that I do as well. And all that again is pretty much gone. As far as that's concerned, there's no income. Although I do work with a lot of charities, and I make sure I give some time to them as well on comparing shows. I like to, St. Joseph's Hospice, people like that. And all that's gone. There's stuff that was programmed for April, May, June, gone. I'm even having people say to me, well, I don't think we're going to get anything in August and September. And it's just the norm. I think that is, only to be expected. And if they want to postpone it to later on in the year, subject to calendars being right, then we can do it. But all of the comparing stuff is all, all gone. There's nothing happening on that point of view. There's no gatherings, and it's only to be expected. But I'm hoping that we can get refocused, and 2021, for those things that we've missed already, will obviously come round again. And when we get the new normal.
So how are you and yourself in mental health? Because obviously it impacted you in so many ways with the business side and the bodybuilding and stuff. How are you and yourself and your coping mechanisms?
That's a very good question, because mental health is obviously high profile. It can be brushed under the table very easily, and they'll get yourself sorted, get your head right, and what's all that about. But for us, there's lots of reasons for us to be negative, but myself and Susie are not. We're very positive. We kind of take each day at a time, because that's the only way to do it. We focus on what we can achieve today. Things have changed at home. Obviously, we're in each other's pocket more often than not. But mentally, I'm fine. I kind of, I've been through bigger personal tragedies than this. I haven't had anybody involved with COVID-19, but we're keeping our fingers crossed and praying that everybody gets through this. But on a personal point of view, myself, Susie, Charlotte, my stepdaughter, lives with us as well. We're all fine. We're still living in each other's pockets, which is fine, and we're getting on fine. And we just basically taking each day as it comes. We get out for a walk. We've got a new puppy, so we take the puppy out. And we make sure that we're trying to all help each other out. I've actually been doing a bit of cooking as well myself, which is probably...
Well, you don't want to be doing that too often. So
actually, I'm actually enjoying it. Susie's been giving me a little bit of coaching, but most of the time I've been getting on with it, and it's actually quite a good sign when Charlotte says, "Oh, that's nice. I enjoyed that."
So have you been, obviously it's given everyone time to think and reflect, and have you been able to reflect on what we all had, what you had, and have you been able to plan for the future for yourself?
Yeah, what we've had to do is, it's basically the time that we've been off, which is 6 weeks. it's kind of given me an opportunity to think about where I want to be, what I want to do, how I'm feeling, and look for the positives going forward. It's been a time where I can sit down and reflect. I've actually enjoyed the time off, and I'll just say it's time off. I'm not going to address it as being in lockdown. We've just addressed it as having time off.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed what we've done together, and it's something when we go back to work, we say, well, can we work any different? Can we do anything different to get the same result? And unfortunately, our job with Window World, which is my main source of income, we've still got to be in people's homes. So I can't do an awful lot different going forward. I've still got to be able to do what we need to do in getting people's homes and survey and quote and install. So the quicker we can get back to the normality, and I would like to dress it up as we just need to get back to work and just basically kick-start it again, and hopefully we can pick up where we left off. So mental health wise, we're fine. We really are. We're coping well. We haven't we haven't got violent on each other yet.
So where can people find you? Where on social media, website, where can people find you if they want to get to know Window World, the bodybuilding, and yourself?
Well, you'll find Window World in all your local press advertising. You'll find us at windowworldupvc.co.uk. We have branches in Mugull in Liverpool and in Chorley as well. So you can contact us there on our website, which I've just said. We can organise an appointment up until when we go back on a virtual appointment, which you said. And we're planning on going back into work on May the 11th. We've had notification from manufacturers, because they're all closed down as well, that they're going back to work on a skeleton sort of basis, and that's what we're going to do. So we'll see. We're going to start advertising again. You'll catch us there. The Mr. Bolton show is www.mrbolton.co.uk if you want to have a look at what we do there, which is really good, very healthy, and come down and see us there hopefully in October. And Susan has a business called Unique Ladies Networking, which she has 15 franchise throughout the Northwest, and it's purely networking for ladies only. And you can find that at Unique Ladies Network, .co.uk.
Yeah.
But if you just type in Unique Ladies on the internet, you'll find Susie will pop up there. She's the CEO of that.
Yeah.
And that's very successful for Susie. So if anybody wants to get involved in networking for ladies only, and it's done very nicely. It's not anti-men at all. There's no joining fees per se. It's just a pay-as-you-go scenario, but a very, very successful format, and that's right throughout the Northwest.
And we'll certainly get Susie on to discuss.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. I'm sure she'll look forward to that. She can tell you far more eloquently about it than I probably just have.
But now, is there anything that we haven't discussed and what you haven't said that you do want to put across to people that are watching?
I think for me, it's about an attitude. One of the things which I've been doing, and I do it on a regular basis, is people say you've got to have a positive mental attitude. Well, we have a positive mental expectation, and we expect things to get back to normal because that's the way the world works. Nature works that way, health works that way, and business works that way. So you'll get back to normal. So I would ask everybody to focus on the now. Don't look back because you're not going there. Look forward because that's where you need to go. Try and analyze where you are and look at the positives, because if you give a positive out, you'll get a positive back. And for me, that's all I'll say. So just, look forward, enjoy the now, and let's get back to the new norm, which should be the way it was before, as far as a business is concerned. So,
well, thank you very much, Ronnie, for your time and being a part of Changing Times.
Well, it was a privilege, and thank you for inviting me on. I know we've worked together before, but it's always a privilege because you're very structured, you're very organised, and you work like I do, which is great. And I think that's why we work so well together. You're very welcome, and thank you for inviting us on.
Well, thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you.
Good, bye.
Bye for now.